24 minutes on to 7 o'clock. This is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God for today. Thank God for yesterday. Thank God for tomorrow. And that's how we do it. Yeah, God is good. And somebody would say all the time. Then I would say all the time. And I would say God is good. It's a good day to have a good day in a good way. It's 24 minutes on to 7 on this good-looking Friday morning. All right, it's Friday. Heavenly Father, you woke us up this morning and started us on our way. Hallelujah. Without your mercy and your grace, we wouldn't have made it to another weekend. Thank you, Jesus. We praise you in advance for healing us, protecting us, guiding us, and for your many blessings and unmerited favor. May you open doors for those seeking employment, supply financial blessings for those who are barely making it, and bring hope to the hopeless. Thank you for your precious blood of Jesus. In his name we pray. Amen. And then there's this other one that my friend usually sends. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, because his mercies endureth forever. And that's from Psalms 118 and verse 1. Thank you for those words there. Yeah, it's indeed a good thing to be alive, man. Trust me. How was your night? How are we doing? I want to say happy birthday to two very dear friends of mine. Firstly, Tanti Marcy. She's celebrating today. Marcia. I can't remember her surname, but from Care Bears, good morning and happy birthday to you. I want to wish you all the best for today. May you have long life, health, strength, prosperity, and all the good things that come with it. And make sure you share some of the cake and ice cream and so forth with me today, okay? Don't leave me out. All right, Keisha and Khalid and the rest of the team at Care Bears, they will join in and wish you a happy birthday. Also, Dr. Hensley Batiste, today is your birthday as well. Happy birthday to you, bro. You're one humble individual. May God continue to bless, guide, and protect you. May he give you health and strength and, that perseverance, that oomph to continue going. Happy birthday to you all. And to those of you who are celebrating today and you did not hear your name, it's because I didn't know. All right, so if you're celebrating, happy birthday to you. I cannot call your name because I didn't know, but I want to wish you, if you are celebrating a birthday or a wedding anniversary or anything of the sort today, just have a good day. Here's a jam. Holy Spirit. 21 minutes on to 7. Let's see, what's the word of the day today? That word today is nonchalant. 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 Good morning, Dorian. How you doing? You and the family? Yeah, good morning. To all those of you who made it through this the final of the Groovy, man, congratulations. But back to the word of the day. The word of the day, nonchalant, Nonchalant. It means calm and relaxed. Here's how we can use it in a sentence. He appeared nonchalant despite the chaos around him. They're speaking about me, man. So many things are going on around. So many people saying things, boys. Naming calypso here, there, and everywhere, but I'm nonchalant, I'm calm, and I'm relaxed. There will be a time when I'll have to respond and talk, and but maybe not. Maybe I'll just, That's the approach, yeah. Nice. 20 minutes on to 7. Good morning, Petlin. How you doing? The folks up in Munich and Mama Can and surrounding areas. Good morning, Rastiba and family. Good morning to Monica, Miros, Williams, Daddy Godwin, and Miss Joan, I think. Yeah. Morning. Yeah, you've got to attach yourself to us through YouTube now. The Facebook page is not yet on. And that's okay. Good morning, Miss Mildred. How you doing? You and Sherman, Zamora, and Judy. Everybody okay? Well, the motivational tip of the day is up next. So let wisdom be the key. Nadisha, good morning. Good morning to Miss G and the folks inside of Cafe Louie and family. The place where you get the best barbecue ribs, boy, baby ribs. Now start with a morning ritual. Establish a morning routine that sets a positive tone for your day. Whether it's meditation, journaling, or a morning workout, kickstart your day with purpose. Yeah, find something positive to start your day with. For me, I do my prayers, I do my little motivation and so forth. And then I head on down to share the morning with you because I know it's going to be a good day. Pastor Benedict Newton, good morning. Good morning. Pastor Laurie Dominic and the First Family, the extended family of the Wester Hall New Testament Church of God, good morning. How do you do? Nice. What's buzzing this morning? Let's see what's buzzing. All right, Grenada Coalition of Services Industries signs 5 memorandums of understanding. In the region, United States concerned about Azuruddin Mohammed getting into Guyana Parliament. Internationally, King meets Modi after India-UK trade deal signed. And in sports, Grenada to defend Windward Island School Games title in St. Vincent. That's it. That's what buzzing this morning, folks. The AM edition of News, Sports, and the weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning, my good cousin Dave Matt. How are you doing, bro? My God is, my God is,
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Grenada, get ready. Faith Pentecostal Tabernacle presents Turning Point 3, August 30th at the Gateway Conference Center. Showtime 7 p.m. It's a captivating, hilarious, emotionally moving drama concert. Will Merlin finally get married? Can Sheila ever mind her own business? Will Danny or Uncle Raymond actually change? What really happened to Officer Brown? New to the story? Don't worry. Turning Point 3 gives you just enough backstory to pull you right in. Tickets cost $45 before July 31st. Available at gotofed.com, Grenadian Optical, Hills and Valley Pharmacy, and Gittins Pharmacy, St. George, Grandance, and Grenville. For the first time ever, you can watch from anywhere in the world. Just go to gotofed.com, click the pay-per-view link. Turning Point 3, August 30th at the Gateway Conference Center. Showtime 7 p.m.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Friday, July 25th, 2025. Coming up in the news, Grenada Coalition of Services Industries signs 5 Memorandum of Understanding. In the region, United States concerned about Azzuddin Mohammed getting into Guyana's parliament. Internationally, King meets Modi after India-UK trade deal signed. And in sports, Grenada to defend its Windward Island School Games title in St. Vincent. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Good Friday morning, everyone. With the news in detail, I am Gordon Joseph. In a major strategic move on July 24th, the Grenada Coalition of Services Industries, the GCSI, signed a landmark Memorandum of Understanding with the Barbados Coalition of Services Industry, the BCSI, along with key local partners, the Grenada Investment Development Corporation, the GIDC, the Grenada Development Bank, GDB, and the Grenada Bureau of Standards, the GDBS. The signing comes just ahead of GCSI's official relaunch on July 25th after a 3-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Operating under the theme Transformation Through Collaboration and Innovation, the coalition views the agreement as timely and vital steps toward building impactful partnerships both locally and regionally to support stakeholders in developing export-ready services. GCSI's newly re-elected chairman Jude Bernard revealed that the organization is expected to sign additional MOUs with at least 4 more local institutions in the coming days. The visiting Barbadian delegation, led by BCSI Executive Director Michelle Smith-Mayers and Senior Project Officer Alicia Selman, includes professionals from the range of services industries. Their mission is to establish bilateral relationships, share sectoral knowledge, and explore Grenada's export and investment potential within the services sector. Throughout the week, the delegation is participating in one-on-one meetings and targeted roundtable discussions aimed at deepening trade relations and identifying new opportunities for collaboration between Grenadian and Barbadian service providers. The initiative marks the beginning of a long-term effort to foster innovation, growth, and mutual progress across both countries. As global economies increasingly pivot towards service-based development, the partnership signals a strong commitment by CARICOM member states to work together in pursuit of sustainability, economic resilience, and enhanced regional competitiveness. Grenadian service providers and sector stakeholders are encouraged to engage with the visiting delegation to explore new opportunities for collaboration, investment, and sectoral advancement. Grenada and the wider Caribbean are being urged to rethink their economic direction and move beyond traditional partnerships toward deeper engagement with Africa. This call comes as the island prepares to host the Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum Active 2025, scheduled for the 28th to 30th of July at the Radisson Conference Center in St. George. According to the head of the National Organizing Committee Secretariat, Gail Purcell, the region must widen its focus to include Africa, South Africa, Asia, and neighboring Caribbean nations. While traditional partnerships remain important, she emphasized the need to expand horizons and create new linkages. Active 2025 is being hosted by the African Export-Import Bank, Afro-Exim Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada under the theme Resilience and Transformation, Enhancing Africa-Caribbean Economic Cooperation in an Era of Global Uncertainty. The event is expected to welcome more than 900 delegates, including business leaders, policymakers, and heads of state from Africa and the Caribbean. Ambassador Dr. Richard Allen Nixon, who serves as International Relations Executive for Strategic Business Development, noted the limited trade between the Caribbean and Africa, which currently accounts for less than 1% of the region's trade. However, he pointed to projections from the International Trade Center suggesting that trade could grow to $1.8 billion in the near future. Citing data from previous active events, Nixon highlighted the growing momentum. The 2022 Barbados Forum drew 1,200 delegates and facilitated discussions around $2 billion in potential deals. Subsequent events in Guyana and the Bahamas attracted even greater participation, with business opportunities totaling $561 million and $4 billion, respectively. Purcell also announced a symbolic step forward in strengthening ties, a charter flight bringing nearly 300 passengers directly from Africa to Grenada specifically for the conference. She sees this as a significant sign of the growing interest in interregional travel and cooperation. Visa policies are also evolving to support this effort. Purcell noted that an increase in visa waivers and faster processing for selected African countries, making it easier for visitors to access Grenada. She believes the region must break free from long-standing perceptions that limit engagement with Africa and instead embrace it as a viable partner for both business and tourism. A 37-year-old businessman from Grand Anse, St. George, has been charged with multiple offenses following a police operation earlier this week. Jermaine Phillip was arrested on Tuesday, 22nd July, after police intercepted a Suzuki Swift or Suzuki Ignis he was driving in the Grand Anse Valley area. A search of his person reportedly led to the discovery of a Taurus pistol and 8 rounds of ammunition. Officers later conducted a search of the vehicle, which resulted in the seizure of approximately 333 grams of cannabis. Philip has been formally charged with possession of a firearm, possession of ammunition, and possession of a controlled drug. He appeared before the St. George's Magistrates Court on Thursday, 24th July, and was remanded to His Majesty's prisons. He is expected to return to court on Thursday, July 31st, 2025. And finally, the Royal Grenada Police Force, the RGPF, has announced that live ammunition training exercises will take place at the Pearls Training Range in St. Andrew on the following dates: Friday, 25th July from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Saturday, 26th July from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Residents of Pearls and surrounding areas, as well as animal owners, small craft operators, and boat users, are strongly advised to avoid the area during the scheduled training times for their safety. The RGPF is urging the public to exercise caution and comply with the advisory, as these exercises involve the use of live ammunition. That concludes the first segment of news. The local segments, stay with us. The regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather, they're straight ahead. In the region, the United States is concerned about Azharuddin Mohammed getting into Guyana's parliament. We have more in this OCM News report.
The United States government has signaled its
sanctioned businessman Azharuddin
at the
Mohammed.
possibility that a Guyanese businessman sanctioned by Washington could emerge as the new head of state following the September 1st regional and general elections. U.S. Ambassador to Guyana, Nicole Terrio, says it is so fortunate that all these U.S. companies want to do business in the country. However, she feels if Azharuddin Mohammed becomes a member of the government, that kind of eagerness would change.
We are concerned anytime a U.S. Department of Treasury OFAC-sanctioned individual has the potential to become a member of government. That is concerning for us. It's problematic in multiple ways because the way that we as the U.S. government can interact with the government, we have to be very careful if that person is involved. Let's say he were on a certain committee, we would have to be very careful in working with that committee. We'd have to make sure that we didn't work with him specifically.
The U.S. ambassador to Guyana was speaking with reporters on the sidelines of the two-day Global Biodiversity Summit, which opened yesterday. The presidential candidate of the We Invest in Nationhood political party, Mr. Mohammed, had been sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control in June last year. He is accused of evading $50 million in taxes payable to the Guyana government on more than 10,000 kilograms of gold exports.
And looking further afield, King Charles has held talks with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Sandringham after a free trade deal was signed between the UK and India. UK cars and whiskey will be cheaper to export to India, and Indian textiles and jewelry cheaper to export to the UK under the multi-billion-pound export boost. The deal took 3 years to reach and also commits to a new India-UK plan to tackle illegal migration. Modi was hosted by the King at his private estate in Norfolk after meeting Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer at Shakers, where the agreement was formally signed. EU-China relations have reached an inflection point. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen told her Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping at a one-day summit in Beijing. As our cooperation has deepened, so have imbalances, von der Leyen said, referring to the European Union's huge trade deficit with China. She also warned China's ties with Russia were now the determining factor in its relations with the EU. Xi urged EU leaders to properly manage differences, saying the current challenges facing Europe do not come from China. Earlier in the year, there were suggestions a Trump presidency could help the EU and China find common cause, but instead, ties have grown more fraught. Finally, 5 Australian women who were stripped and searched and invasively examined at Doha Airport have won the right to sue Qatar Airways after an appeal. The women were ordered off a flight and checked for whether they had given birth after a baby was found abandoned in an airport bin in 2020, an incident that sparked global outrage. An Australian judge last year found the state-owned airline could not be prosecuted under the laws governing global travel and said the proposition its staff could have intervened was fanciful, trifling, implausible, improbable, and tenuous. The woman appealed with the full bench of the federal court finding the primary judge erred in throwing out that case. That concludes the regional and international developments. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead, followed by the weather forecast. Good morning, sporting fans. A 62-member contingent will represent Grenada at the 2025 edition of the Windward Island School Games. The team will leave for St. Vincent this morning in 2 batches. The first batch will leave at 10:15 in the morning, with the second batch leaving at 6:05 p.m. The 2025 edition of the Games will feature 7 disciplines, namely track and field, male and female volleyball, male and female basketball, male football, and female netball. Competition gets going in track and field on the 26th of July at the Diamond Track and Field facility. The authorities were forced into cancelling the 2024 edition of the Games. Now, the Windward Island School Games, WISG, is an annual multi-sport event that brings together student athletes from Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In 2023, the last year the Games were held, Grenada emerged champion, with Dominica coming second, St. Lucia and third, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines fourth. Grenada's 4x4 and 4x1 national relay teams are continuing preparation for the North American, Central American, and Caribbean Athletics Association Championship in the Bahamas. The North American, Central American, and Caribbean Championships is a continental track and field athletics event organized by the North American, Central American, and Caribbean Athletics Association. The last of the 6 IAAF areas to hold a continental senior athletics competition. Their preparation comes on the heels of Grenada's all-round first place finish in the junior meet recently held in Nicaragua. Additionally, the 4x1 squad recently set a new national record during their participation in the Barbados Grand Prix. Both teams have been preparing under the watchful eyes of veteran coach Wayne Maxwell. That's all the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports in our luncheon edition and in our primetime newscast. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Jonathan Price at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Friday the 25th of July, 2025, as recorded at the Mons Bishop International Airport. It is currently fair, with winds coming from the east at 11 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1013.2 millibars, which is normal and rising. Present temperature is 28 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 78%. Yesterday's maximum was 31.4 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 27 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, only a trace of rainfall was recorded, hence the total for the month remains at 77.1 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy, with brief isolated showers, increasing in cloud cover with occasional showers and possible isolated thunder overnight. Today's max will be 31 degrees Celsius with winds northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm overnight. Seas will be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 10:30 a.m. and high tide at 4:45 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:34 and sunrise at 5:52. Just repeat the public forecast for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with brief isolated showers, increasing in cloud cover with occasional showers and possible isolated thunder overnight. From the forecast at Skyline Mars International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great weekend.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. You have a great one yourself, and get some rest. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Presents their 2025 appliance event. Be inspired at all Court stores nationwide. Save big on select appliances, plus free gifts with purchase. Buy a washer and get 20% off any dryer. Plus, get more when you shop on credit with 10% cash back and free delivery on purchases of $5,000 and over. So don't miss your chance to be inspired at the Court's 2025 appliance event. Only at Court's, bringing value home. Offer ends July 24. Conditions apply.
It's 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. The Grenada Coalition of Services Industries signs 5 memorandums of understanding. In the region, the United States concerned about Azharuddin Mohammed getting into Guyana's parliament. Internationally, King meets Modi after India-UK trade deal signed. And in sports, Grenada to defend its Windward Island School Games title in St. Vincent. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Friday, July 25th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening and viewing, wishing you a productive day, a safe, enjoyable weekend, and yet still extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Yes, people, it's me, Thank God. Don't do your man that. Remember, GBN, spice up the carnage. I will be there. Don't do your man that. Your man don't deserve that, girl. Don't do your man that. Your man don't deserve that. Don't do your man that. Your man don't deserve that, girl. Don't do your man that. Your man don't... Oh, God! Ladies, make sure you come my people support. I will be there. Boom. Don't do your man that. Your man don't deserve that, girl. Don't do your man that. Your man don't deserve that. Don't do your man that. Your man don't deserve that, girl. Don't do your man that. Your man don't deserve that. Oh, God.
Wednesday, August 6th, concept events together with Flatlands Park Ship and Print present Pre-Day Black and Bougie featuring Telpre, the Jab Boss, and his Grenadian family. How you move? We coming through. A lot of people coming through. This is Pre-Day featuring Tara the Governor. I say, we get them job. We go get them job. Muddy. Capital Jab. Boise. I don't give one boy. We don't do it. What's way? Nobody I do them others can't. Lava Man. Water Daddy. Vaughn and so much more. Wednesday, August 6th, the Grenada National Stadium. Gates open at 10 p.m. Showtime 11 p.m. Grenada, get ready. This is Pre-Day. Black and Bougie.
JKT Entertainment is bringing the heat. It's time to feel the sound and smell the burn. Bass and burn, cars and noise. Noise, the automotive experience of the year. July 26th and 27th at the National Stadium Car Park. It's 2 days of adrenaline-fueled madness with over 30 show cars from Trinidad, including Lethal Auto, MacGyver Sounds, and Simplicity Creations, plus Grenada's own beasts, bringing the noise.
He'll say your back, come touch me then.
Early bird tickets are just $50. After that, it's $60. Get yours now at GoToFed.com and all authorized ticket outlets. Gates open at 11 a.m. on both days. Sponsored by Country Cold Store, SP's International, Campari, Stag, Rubis, Fast Sprint, Waggy Tea, GMC, Rainbow Janitorial, Eco Blue, Spice Style Automotive, and McIntyre Brothers.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is money. Meet Candice and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candice is in a rush, off to the bank, again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic, or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candice? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candice? Yup, still waiting. Candice could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
On Wednesday, August 13th, it's Carnival Encore, the ultimate cool down at the Grenada National Stadium. The cool down village opens at 6 p.m. Showtime 7 p.m. It's full stage frenzy with massive performances from Cass.
No sweetness, she weakness, so she
Voice.
But now I'm drunk in the people place, jamming.
And many more. Tier 1 Chill Zone tickets are just $125. Upgrade to the White Oasis Premium Village for $350. Or take it all the way with access to the exclusive Carnival Cabana Club. Email sunshinepromoeventsgd@gmail.com for more info. Carnival Encore.
I don't know about you, but I come here to fetch, come to play a man.
The vibes don't end until we say so. Wednesday, August 13th, National Stadium. Get your tickets now from GoToFed.com. Brought to you by Sunshine Promotions.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
All right, folks, good morning once again. It's 14 minutes after 7 o'clock, and it's now time for me to join Corporal Troy Paul of the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Good morning, Corporal Paul.
A splendid morning to you and also to your listeners, especially our drivers this morning. And it's another time for me to bring the traffic report for especially our drivers. Again, it's another quiet morning in the island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Martinique, and all its adjoining roads, and even all nook and crannies, if I should mention. It's Friday. Most people say TGIF, thank God it's Friday. But so far we can say safely say that our roads are quiet at the moment, but we're still seeing movements in vehicular traffic in a lot of the areas, but there are lights in most of our areas, but we see heavier movement continuously along that Caligini Public Road, which leads on to the Toby Road and also the Grand Dance Public Road. However, we expect those traffic to be a lot to increase, especially in the towns, in most of our towns, especially in the town of St. George's, Grenville, Guave, and all the other towns, and Grand Dance, which is not a town, but we expect that traffic to get heavier as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour. But expect there will be officer or wardens in most of the choke points and areas where to assist drivers in the traffic, controlling the traffic so that there will be some easement as we get closer to that 8 o'clock hour. So we expect persons that you can drive safely to and from your destination at this moment. But expect a little bit of delay as we get closer to 8 o'clock. I'm also reporting that the accident state for the past 24 hours is a total of 5 minor accidents, no injuries. We've seen another decrease, so we moved from 7 to 5. And that is a good trend. But as we approach the weekend, we want to urge all drivers. We know what happens, especially on a Friday night. We want to urge drivers to play it safe. Do not drink and drive. If you're drinking, have a designated driver or use alternative mode of transportation to get to and from your destination. Just by a bit of warning this morning, the work continues along the Calais, Mars Bishop, Point Seven area, so persons can expect a little bit of delay and traffic disruption during the day. And it's continuous. It's a project that is scheduled to end sometime in the end of January 2026. Also, persons be mindful that projects are soon to be started in the area of Green Street. So the people who are living in the Green Street area, be mindful that your project may start sometime next week. The area of River Road, that area is impassable to motorists at this time. So persons would have to use alternative routes. You use the Ring Road, Humbag Bridge, Mount Rush area to get to and from St. George's if you have to use any of that road. I just want to speak a little bit on the use of mobile devices. It is something that we're seeing every day from the traffic department. Persons are still misusing the use of cell phone while driving. And it's not only cell phone, but it's a form of distractive driving where persons tend to do everything else while they're driving except to be focused while they are doing so. Driving requires a level of concentration, and yet still we tend to use our mobile device, whether or not to talk or whether or not to send messages. We even see person drink. Well, they drink, they drive. People even put on makeup and do everything else while driving and to be focused. It is an offense, and we want to urge persons that they should remain focused on the road. So put on the cell phone or get a hands-free device while you're driving. Especially your bus drivers, because your penalty is way steeper than the private vehicles. So we don't want persons to be victim of accidents and while being distracted from cell phone or any other distraction while driving. And as I stated it is a weekend, so let us avoid the use of alcohol consumption. and let us have a wonderful weekend. And we come back Monday morning with good statistics from the accident point of view. And the question we will ask every morning to drivers: if you are texting,
who's driving?
Who's driving?
Thank you very much, Corporal Paul, and I want you and your entire department to have a great weekend, as much rest as possible. I know it would be difficult because we've got all these activities around the place, but you know, rest is imperative.
Not to cut you, but then we have upcoming activities where we have the Afro-Caribbean events taking place starting from Monday, so persons should expect some form of delay as well. As we get closer to these events, we have a lot of dignitaries who will be arriving in the country, and it is good for our island in terms of the economical benefits. So we expect some delays as well Monday, especially Monday and Tuesday, especially in the southern parts of the Tri-Island state. So persons be mindful of that, but it will benefit in the long run Grenada economically. So that will be all for the weekend, and I just want you and your entire team at the GBN to have a blessed weekend.
Thank you very much, Corporal Paul. Have a great one, and get as much rest as you possibly can. Folks, that has been the traffic report. We take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme: resilience and transformation, enhancing Africa-Caribbean economic cooperation in an era of global uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
Bang, well, you know, my name is Boogie B, and this is my partner here, John. Well, you know what's going on? GBN have a big thing coming up on the Canada. I want to beat Little John, and I'm going to beat Little John. You can't beat no anything that is dollar and roti. Yeah. Yo, you bring me down already. Yo, let me sing the truth. No song. Bring it song on the Carnage. I have a meeting. Alright, but you don't know, GBN Spice of the Carnage live. Don't forget this year, 2025, Boogie B, Little John. Yo, mass thing. I'm gonna be there. He's gonna be there. You don't miss it.
The way them girl getting on ya, they making me hunger. I don't know how long. They shaking their bumper, they raising their temper, and right in the center, girl are feeling a pain. Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before. You home, fresh start, make moves and play it smart. Expand, invest or renew. ACB's right there with you.
With ACB Home Advantage Mortgages, you get up to 100% financing, reduced fees, and a $100,000 unsecured credit card.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before with ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
JKT Entertainment is bringing the heat. It's time to feel the sound and smell the burn. Bass and burn, cars and noise. The automotive experience of the year. July 26th and 27th at the National Stadium Car Park. It's 2 days of adrenaline-fueled madness with over 30 show cars from Trinidad, including Lethal Auto, MacGyver Sounds, and Simplicity Creations, plus Grenada's own beasts bringing the noise.
He'll say your back, come touch me then.
Early bird tickets are just $50. After that, it's $60. Get yours now at GoToFed.com and all authorized ticket outlets. Gates open at 11 a.m. on both days. Sponsored by Country Cold Store, SP's International, Campari, Stag, Rubis, Fast Print, Waggy Tea, GMC, Rainbow Janitorial, Eco Blue, Spice Style Automotive, and McIntyre Brothers.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi!
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Good morning, viewers and listeners. It's 27 minutes after 7 o'clock, and we've got quite a number of conversations this morning. The first leg of that conversation, I am joined by internist and pediatrician Dr. Keisha Lowe from Lowe's Brooksmith Lowe Institute.
Yes, right.
We were here the last time and we were talking about asthma.
Yes, a couple months ago.
Yeah, and so it's
World Asthma Day.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you back in the studio. But this morning, it's a very timely subject for more reasons than one. But we've got statistics, we've got data, we've got information to share with you as it relates to STIs in Grenada. We know that around this time of year, everyone is gay abandoned, everybody drop their guards and everything like that, as it relates to alcohol, but most importantly for our conversation, their sexual behavior.
That's it. And
from statistics that we have, it is showing that over the last 3 years, there has been a marked increase in our number of STIs and STDs.
That's right.
So let's delve into the conversation.
Yes, sir. I'm so happy to be here. But this topic is really, timely with Carnival coming up. People taking on, drinking and doing other kinds of recreational drugs. Their inhibitions go down. Their judgment goes down. And so they engage in risky behaviors. And then it reflects after when they start having infections, itching, burning, cramping, discharge, and things like that. So we just thought it's a good time to come and remind ourselves that it's so important to really be mindful and think before you act, and don't just get caught up in everything and then regret it later.
Yeah. A lot of love at first sight and all.
Lust, not love, lust.
Lust. You said it right.
That's right.
It can't be love, because love has to be developed, right?
That's it.
You have to grow in love. Just you might see a car and love it, but you can't love somebody just like that.
No.
So that's always a cause for concerns. As a matter of fact, I started thinking that HIV and HIV complications and full-blown AIDS and thing was a thing of the past, but in recent times I'm seeing that it's still around, and even in Grenada we still have a certain number that shows up monthly and annually and so forth. So it means that it's not gone. So from your data, your statistics, what are we seeing from a Grenada's perspective?
Well, lucky for us, we have not had any cases of HIV, HTLV in the last 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so that, I mean, at least reported. Remember, the thing is, I was asked to appeal to healthcare professionals to report more, because if we don't report our things, then we're not going to get it recorded in the statistics. But the HIV and HTLV, actually, no, the HIV is not on this chart. Interestingly, I'm sorry, I must stand corrected. It's HTLV 1 and 2, which is human T-cell leukemia virus. It's something that a lot of people are not aware of, but it's also sexually transmitted. And also transmitted from mother to child. Oh. Right, so it's a vertical transmission as well. And so luckily for us, we haven't had, in the last 3 years, from 2023 to 2025, we haven't had any cases of HTLV 1 or 2. You know, that's good news. But we have had at least one. In 2024, we had 10 reported cases of hepatitis B and 1 this year so far. And hepatitis B, we have vaccination against that. So there's no reason why we should be having hepatitis B here in Grenada, because that's one of our mandated vaccines.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is a whole nother topic, vaccination.
But from the other sexually transmitted
those we've
diseases,
had a rise. Yes,
like
we've had a rise. Right. We've had listen, gonorrhea has gone up from 31 cases if you compare this week last year to this week this year. Last year, the 29th week, it was 31 cases. Now 52 cases, and we've had 4 new cases of gonorrhea in the last week. Genital discharge syndrome, we've had 41 cases last year compared to this year, 76. So that's almost double. As well as something called pelvic inflammatory disease, and that one has doubled from 53 to 70 cases. So we really, not going in the right direction at all.
And what would you say?
And some of these diseases, Mr. Joseph, we can treat, but some of them you can't treat. Genital herpes, once you get that, you have it for life.
It's like a life sentence.
Not really a death sentence, but it's inconvenient. You can pass it on to your children. If you have an active infection as a female, you'll have to have a C-section when it comes time to delivery. If your genital herpes is active, you don't want to risk affecting your child because it affects the vaginal area. So those patients may have to have a C-section. So it's just not worth it. It's better to either abstain, and if you can't abstain, it's carnival, you want to let go, at least use condoms.
Yes.
And the thing about, of course, and the thing about condoms is a lot of times the women are like, oh, well, he didn't have a condom. It's your vagina. You have the condom. There's no reason why a female can't have her protection and insist that the partner use it to protect herself and to prevent pregnancy as well, because unwanted pregnancies is another issue,
And that one, well, it's equally disastrous, if you want to use that term, because you did not plan for a child, and the child comes. That's like a lifelong mortgage.
That's it.
You've got to pay.
And you may not even know who the father is, depending on the situation you find yourself in. It's something that we need to pause and think before we behave in the ways that we do sometimes.
Now, there's also this notion that people would say, oh, I don't like condoms, I don't do well with condoms, and what's your take on this?
I think that's BS, because there's so many different kinds of condoms, different shapes, different, there's even the flavored ones. If you want to have oral sex, there's flavored condoms. I mean, there's all kind of condoms. You just have to maybe shop around and figure out the one that fits right, But there's a whole mental block that, oh, the pleasure's not the same. But the modern condoms are made of very thin latex, and so the sensation should be basically the same. So it just doesn't make sense.
And also the use of female condoms.
That's it. So there's female condoms as well as something called dental dam. So for people who like to have oral sex, there's something called a dental dam that you can put over the female's genitalia if you want to have oral sex. So there's many different options. There are female condoms available as well. And I'm not sure, because I was having a conversation yesterday and I was asked, well, is it available in Grenada? And I said, it used to be. I'm not sure. But hey, everybody goes online and orders things. So that's no excuse. They order everything online.
Everything
so
else.
order that too.
Even sex related.
That's it. You know?
But back to the statistics that we have. What can you, especially now, besides condomizing, all right? We look at the age range. Now, I sort of follow that a bit too, Good morning. I must say good morning to Tyrone Buckmeyer and the folks at Legal Aid and Counseling, because a lot of that sort of counseling takes place there as well. We're seeing again, coincidentally with that bill that was passed yesterday, where the ages being dropped and so forth. So the urge for sex and the availability of sex and the promiscuity that is out there.
Yeah.
Education, we know education is key, but going side by side with the education of not doing it until you're ready for it.
That's it.
And so forth, which we know it's difficult in today's age, because everybody's exposed to pornography and everything like that, all the arousals and everything that are out there.
And don't forget hormones. Hormones is natural. It's natural to have those urges when you become an adolescent. Mother Nature wants to procreate and just create more humans. So, don't forget that there's a natural urge as well. Not that that's an excuse, but I'm just saying we have to put that also into the equation.
Yeah. So don't feel guilty when you have the urge.
Don't feel guilty when you have the urge, but what do you do with that urge? Do you get into sports? Do you channel that urge in a different, safer way?
Okay. But with the season that we're on, what can we tell our population, especially those that will become people like you in the future, prospective doctors and so forth? Now is the time that could make that determination whether you make it to that stage or not. What can we tell them?
Well, basically you just have to be careful. Don't drink too much alcohol. That decreases your self-control, and make sure you have protection, and try to not put yourself in situations where you really lose your self-control.
Okay. And from a governmental standpoint, what do you think administration can do to assist or aid people in those situations?
I even think in schools we need to be more open and discuss these things that we don't. All of us are here as a result of a sexual act. This is not something abnormal. This is something that's part of,
it's natural.
Just, yeah.
And I think that is where this kind of taboo feeling about sex. People have this inhibition in talking about sex with their child or children, because we were cultured in such a way that sex is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But from my knowledge of it.
But how we reach here? Come on.
That's being selfish.
And then the thing is, when you, even from starting from little, you're talking about your private part and you're calling it all kind of name and you're making it a hidden thing. So when these kids are, God forbid, abused or having, being sexually abused in the home or even outside of the home, a neighbor, uncle nearby, they don't feel open and comfortable coming and saying to their caretakers, look, this is what's happening. Because it's the same thing. They feel threatened by the person who's abusing them. We're always taught to this is private. They call it the private part. I'm like, you mean her vagina? You mean her penis? Like, don't be afraid to say the word, just to help normalize it. That's what I'm saying. We need to normalize this so that from early, the kids feel comfortable.
Yeah. Just as when you're doing agricultural science and you're labeling the roots and the stem and the branches and the leaves, the human anatomy is, that these are your toes, these are your feet, these are your legs, and this is your vagina, this is your penis.
That's what I'm saying.
It's normal.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
The statistics again. If we are to make the comparison from 3 years ago to now, what, from a medical perspective, what do you think would be that main cause for that incline in our numbers?
Well, as I said, it's just lack of protection. We're engaging in risky sexual behaviors, and we're not protecting ourselves. And the thing is, some people don't realize, I don't think people realize, it's not just your genital area that can get sexually transmitted infections, it's also your oral. You can get gonorrhea in the mouth, you can get other infections in the oral cavity, because once it's being exposed, it can also get infected. So you can get a really terrible sore throat with exudates and all that. They can give you a certain antibiotic thinking it's just tonsillitis, and then it ends up being gonorrhea. You need an injection, an antibiotic injection, to really get rid of that. So, but you got to be forthright with your physician. If you're not going to come and say, hey, I had oral sex with my partner, now a couple of days later my throat is so sore, I have these huge lymph nodes, I have this discharge on my tonsils. If you don't tell your healthcare professional, it's going to be difficult for them to realize that this could be a possibility. They may want to do a culture, and they may want to treat you. It might be a different treatment then to get results.
We need to fix this misconception. You can actually catch gonorrhea orally.
Yes.
Okay, because I remembered years ago.
It's a moist oral cavity, just like the vagina. I mean, hello.
Right. I remembered having a conversation with a medical practitioner years ago. All right, and about the same thing, and he was saying because of so much acidity in the mouth and so forth, that bacteria it would be difficult to survive there.
Well, I don't know if it's just the amount of the person's exposed to, but it can happen. It's not as common, but it can happen.
Okay. All right, well.
And genital herpes. Herpes, normally there's two strains of genital herpes, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 tends to be the one that causes cold sores and things around the mouth, but type 2 can also infect the oral area, but it's not as prolific. It's not as serious. It's not as a big infection if it is in the oral cavity, but it can happen.
Okay, so the advice this morning is to abstain if you can, and if you can't,
protect yourself.
And
it's your responsibility. It's not your partner's responsibility. It's your responsibility. Well, maybe a collaboration, but the thing is, in the case where it's carnival and you may not even know your partner very well, then I think you need to be the one to have your protection.
After a while, when you go through the cycles of life, and from where I'm sitting now, when you look back and say, well, that was dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You do these things and you wonder afterwards, not looking at it futuristic, but you're just in the moment. But what happens in the moment can have lifelong consequences.
Yeah. And the thing about it is too, Mr. Joseph, is that some of these symptoms, some of these infections are asymptomatic, so you don't even know you have the infection. You may or may not feel more cramping during the period or after the period. You may just, not have a little discomfort down there, nothing specific. You may not even have a discharge, and then you're having unprotected sex with your partner. Whenever you have unprotected sex with another human being, you are literally exposing yourself to all the other partners they've had unprotected sex with. So it can become exponential. Trichomonas is a classic case. It's a parasite that lives in the genital tract of males and females. Many, many times we catch it on pap smears because it's not always symptomatic. You open, you put in the speculum, you open the cervix, it looks like a strawberry, and then you do your sample and it comes back trichomonas. And it's not good news, because then I have to tell the person that there's been some kind of infidelity somewhere, because it's only through sex that you can get trichomonas. Wow. Chlamydia is also another one that may not necessarily have symptoms. When a male has gonorrhea and the penis starts dripping, they come running. That's one of the times you see your male patients.
The penis is running, so they run as well.
Yes. And I had a patient a couple weeks ago tell me that she was told that it's normal to constantly have discharge. It's not normal to have discharge from a vagina 24/7. Usually it's in the mid-cycle when you're ovulating or near to your period. But any other time, you're not supposed to, your vagina is not supposed to be just having discharge constantly.
It's not a tap with a bad valve.
No, at all. So, we have to, and then they'll wait months or weeks before they come in. Don't be afraid to come in. You need to come in and get checked out and see what's going on.
Now, having said that, what is advisable? How frequent should someone not feeling ill, not showing any signs or symptoms of illness, but how frequent could you recommend that an individual should see their physician?
Well, at least see them once. They may do some basic blood work examination, and based on what they find or not find, they can say to you, hey, your blood tests are normal, maybe in the next 2 years we could repeat it. It depends on the risk factors. Are they exercising? Are they obese? Is their belly more than 35 inches as a female and 40 inches as a male? There's many things that once you have a baseline examination and blood test, then your healthcare professional can say, look, Mr. Kador, you have risk factors, this. Maybe you can increase your exercise, increase your sleep, drink more water, manage your stress, and, I think you should come back in a year or 2 years, depending. So it's individualized. It's very difficult for me to say once a year, because if you come and you're really good, your blood pressure is good, you have no risk factors, I may say, hey, I'll see you in 2 years. So it just depends.
Yeah, and just for the regular monitoring of, let's say, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your sugar levels in the blood sugars and so forth. By age, at a certain age, you should...
Definitely, you should know your numbers. You should know your average blood pressure. Do you know your average blood pressure?
Well, I am hypertensive.
So what? You know your average blood pressure now?
With medication...
you have your average blood pressure.
Yes,
you know it, right?
Yes.
So you know your blood pressure, whether it's with medication or not, but you know your average blood pressure. Do you know your average sugar? So these are the things that you should have an idea about, And then I have patients who are very observant, and they say, Doc, if I eat dinner after 6, my sugar is 120 in the morning. But if I stop eating by 6, it's in the 90s or the 80s. Okay. So it's just, how you observe yourself.
I am happy that we spoke that. I need to start checking my blood sugar too.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be often. Just check it a couple times, and you'll see the trend. And then you realize when you see midnight or 9 p.m. and you want to pick me up, don't do it, because you realize your sugar's going to be high the next morning. Drink water and go to bed. You know what I mean? So by you having the knowledge that, whenever I eat after 8 o'clock, my sugar's going to be high, then you'll have a better reason to avoid that snacking or whatever it is, Okay. I find the phones are so quiet. What happened?
I thought people would have called.
Yes.
Maybe they're just ingesting the information.
Maybe.
Some folks might be panicking and Lord have mercy, look what I've done, and that sort of thing. But again, we just want to urge, viewers and listeners to be mindful. Your health is your wealth, and it's your personal responsibility.
Oh, yes.
It's your personal responsibility. The topic, the focal point this morning is sexually transmitted diseases and infections. It's your right. Do not let your partner tell you, well, I don't use condoms. Well, papi, you either cover it or we don't use it.
Excellent.
All right?
I like that.
Yeah, cover it up. Bag it. All right, Doc, well, the phone lines...
very quiet. It's the first time I came on and there's not even one call.
Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure that everything is fine. But I guess the information is so timely, and I
hope it's sinking in. Yeah, I hope it's not falling on deaf ears.
No, it's not. It's not. Definitely. People are, I think, doing some introspection and so forth now, and maybe making some different decisions than they might have made yesterday, and said, oh my goodness, listen, I've got to change that. Mm-hmm. So I want to thank you. And any parting words?
Well, I want to make a special shout out to my mom, Miss Karen Rojas. Many people might know her. She was a teacher at GBSS and IFE during the Revolution, and today is her birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. Okay. Wishing you all the best today and always.
Right. Well, I said happy birthday to all those who celebrated today. To one of your colleagues, Dr. Hensley Batiste. Today's his birthday as well.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, so
special people.
Yeah, I sent his birthday out. Also, a good friend of mine, Tanti Marcy, that runs a daycare in Mount Tempe area.
Leo's.
You know, So, all right. Well, Doc, thank you very much. And
thank you.
I hope that the information that we shared this morning would impact, and revolutionize the way some people think. And,
I hope so.
Yeah. And I think
thank you for having me.
The pleasure is always here at the GBN.
All right.
To have important people. You're ready to go, and here comes the call. Let's engage this call and say good morning, caller.
Good morning. I just want to thank Dr. Lou. There was a lot of questions I had to ask, but she answered everyone this morning. Everyone. I take note of it. God bless you. And thank you, JT, for that program. It's the first time I'm calling on GBN.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
That was so nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. It's like we had a sermon we preached in the church and we got one person converted.
Wonderful.
That's good.
That is good. Thank you so
Dr.
much.
Lou, thank you very much.
Alrighty.
We'll have future engagements.
Yes, sir.
As we do what we got to do as a good corporate citizen. We opened up this. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, Doc. So most people at a certain time, when they eat and thing at a certain time, they eat food, they eat same thing as bread and thing, and drink tea at the same time. They eat food, or they drink, somebody eat some hot food sometimes, and they drink cold thing at the very moment afterwards. It's a good habit or a bad habit that people do.
Eating food and drinking cold at the same time?
I don't even eat and drink at the same time at all. It dilutes your digestive juices, so I would say it's not even a good idea to drink too soon after you eat in general.
Yeah, and which could eventually lead to other complications. Yeah, all right.
Indigestion, upset stomach, you're diluting your digestive juices. Yeah. Either drink half an hour before you're eating.
Or half an hour after.
Right, it's
okay.
better.
All right, let's take this one.
Well.
Good morning, caller.
Yeah, I have some little topic about, Because some people at night, how they sleep at night, people sleep any kind of hormone with any kind of problem, poor circulation with the body. How is the best way to sleep? The best way to sleep at night when you're sleeping?
I could answer that. Sleep with your eyes closed. Doc, you want to answer this?
I mean, it just depends on making sure that the pillow is not too high or too low and being comfortable. If you have back problems, sleep with a pillow under your knees or between your knees. If you sleep on your side, do not sleep on your abdomen. It is very bad for your spine. Sleeping on your stomach is a no-no, for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, Doc, once again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And we look forward to another, engagement in the not-too-distant future.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you. Folks, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back.
Wednesday, August 6th, Concept Events, together with Flatlands Park Ship and Print, present Pre-Day, Black and Bougie. Chalpri celebrates with all his friends. This is Pre-Day, featuring the Viking, Bungee Garden, the Alliance, and the Viking. Problem Child, GBM Neutral, Full Blow, I in a good spirit, I drink in a good spirit, Kutain, put on something sweet, and a command performance by the Jab Boss himself, Calvary. We coming through. Top international DJ, Grenada National Stadium. Gates open at 10 p.m. Showtime 11 p.m. All early bird tier 1 tickets have already been sold out. Grenada, get ready. This is Pre-Day, Black and Bougie.
Remembering our past, reclaiming our roots, empowering our future. On August 1st, Grenada will rally with the Global African Diaspora to celebrate Emancipation Day.
Bring down the power of love, I say. Bring down the
bring down the power of freedom as Grenville comes alive with exciting cultural performances, exhibitions, food, fashion, and great speeches on August 1st. The day celebrations commence at 6 a.m. with an emancipation breakfast at the Grenville car park. At 4:30 p.m., the traditional mass bands will assemble at Dunfermline and head for Grenville, while the school marching bands will leave Progress Park at 5:30 p.m. and parade down to Soubise for the spectacular Flambeau March into Grenville at 6:30 p.m. At precisely the stroke of 8, the spotlight shifts to the Grenville bus terminal with an action-packed program of cultural presentations from the National Performing Company, Spiceland dancers, cultural train, Lion Pride, Tivoli drummers, spoken word poets, and top local calypsonians. There will also be a special reenactment of the Emancipation Proclamation. So put on your African wear and come to Grenville in your numbers on August 1st and bring down the power of love and freedom as we celebrate our emancipation. Buses available nationwide. Contact your parliamentary offices.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinaire Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all. Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Need to check your bill balance? Use the Grenlec mobile app. Open the Grenlec mobile app and tap the icon labeled Balances at the bottom of the screen. View your bill details, including your current bill balance, the due date by which you must settle your bill, the amount and date of the last payment you made. It's quick, easy, and available 24/7. Convenience at your fingertips.
Welcome back to the conversation, one and all. It's 2 minutes on to 8. I'm going to tell you we are going to have an extended version because we still have a couple guests. We have a very exciting guest with us at this time, Miss Judy Jeremiah. She is a holistic health individual, and she's here to talk, and it's timely. We had Dr. Lowe just talking about our sexual health, but this lady, Miss Jeremiah, is going to talk to us about our general health. Ms. Jeremiah, welcome. How are you?
I am doing mighty fine. Thank you for having me.
I can see that. How was the Zoom conference last night? The conferences, actually.
It was great. I was looking for you, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I had some data issues. I tried logging in, but I didn't get through. But nonetheless, I have you this morning, so I wouldn't miss anything. Now, you're a general health. How do you term yourself?
Well, I would say I am a certified nutrition practitioner.
Okay, a nutritionist then.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what do you do?
So we specialize in helping people fix their problems from the gut, from the root cause.
Okay.
Okay. So as we know, the gut is the most important part in the body where everything goes wrong.
It's like your reservoir.
That's right.
Yes.
So when someone have an ailment, it's because of a gut imbalance.
Okay, something is in there that shouldn't be there, or it's too much of it, or it's not enough, or something like that. Okay, so having said that, what do you do when someone has some sort of malady in the gut? What do you do?
Okay, so malady in the gut, or regardless of what it is that's happening to a person's body, be it high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, weight issues, erectile dysfunction, whatever it is because of a gut, what we call the gut microbiome.
Okay.
A lot of us never heard of that word, right?
The gut microbiome. Okay.
So the microbiome is the center of our health, of human health, right?
Okay.
So whenever something goes wrong, is because there's an imbalance with the gut bacteria and everything that's going on in there. So that's the root of every issue, every health issue. Right? Whether it is you have in brain fog, you have very low energy, whatever it is, mental issues, Alzheimer's, name it.
Okay.
Right? It is because there is an imbalance in the gut.
It all boils back to what you put in there.
What you put in there. So a lot of us, we eat wrong. Right? If you look back at our older generations, these people lived, to be 100 and how much years, and they're still very active.
Yeah.
And it's because of how they started off eating whole foods, not the foods that we're eating right now.
Yeah,
right? All the preservatives, all the KFC, all those fast foods, right? It's non-food, and so it impairs the gut microbiome. So once we fix that, then you'll see your body now is going to revert to original and start functioning properly.
All right, now let me do something here now. You're Grenadian, right?
I am.
But you don't live here?
No, I live in Toronto.
Are you coming back to live anytime soon?
Sometime soon.
Yeah, because I asked it because it's important that people get to understand that, and having people like you around who can assist them in understanding that basic thing. We take it for granted. You are what you eat. And maybe we can add, you are what you eat and how you eat it.
Right.
Because a little of the Bible says do it in moderation. But the things that we like, we overeat it. And those that we don't like, we don't eat it enough.
That's right.
And it creates that imbalance. So, I'm happy that we're having that conversation. There is a gentleman, I know he might be a bit angry with me now, but nonetheless, I tried, he suffers with glaucoma.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a story. He suffers with glaucoma, and there is an agency in Trinidad that proposes to have medication that can reverse this glaucoma. So someone tried to, I tried to get the medication out there, and it so happened coincidentally when the person went to get the medication, somebody met her there and pulled her outside and said, listen, this is a waste of money.
Right.
There's no drink that you can drink to reverse glaucoma. It has to start with dieting. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say yes. It's based on everything that you eat, everything that we put in our system, right? So one of the issue is sugar. Okay, too much sugar in your eyes.
That's processed sugar. You're talking sugar in the blood.
Sugar in the blood. Sugar in the blood, where we know it gives you diabetes. Sugar in the brain, you're gonna get Alzheimer's. Okay, sugar in the teeth is cavities. Okay, sugar in a child's brain is ADHD. Okay, cancer feeds on sugar. Sugar in the eyes is glaucoma. So once we get rid of the sugar, too much of the sugar and starchy stuff, and we feed the microbiome the food that it needs, right? Then everything now will come back into alignment.
So what are the foods that the microbiome needs?
Okay, so we have some amazing products. Okay, those products are scientifically proven. There's a lot of research that's been done on it that populate the gut microbiome with all the prebiotics and the probiotics that it needs. I would say once you ingest this product, it really brings your gut back to balance. Okay, so people who are struggling, for example, with weight loss, okay, in those products we have GLP-1 that tells your brain, because your brain communicates with your gut, that tells your brain, come on, because some people, they lose the weight and then it comes back, or they can't lose it none at all, right? No matter what they do. So why am I exercising? Why am I still eating and then I'm not losing the weight, or maybe I gain more weight? It's because there's a disconnection with the brain and the gut. So that's how amazing these products that we have.
Okay, wow, this is interesting stuff. So in essence, it could also stop a problem before it starts.
That's right. So when you give the body what it needs, the body know exactly what to do with it. So as we know that phrase, prevention is better than cure.
1 ounce.
1 ounce of prevention is better than a whole pound of cure. So once we do that, we are preventing ourselves from future aches.
Now, a place like Grenada, right? We boast of our fertile soil, and if we plant $1 here, it could grow. All right? Do you think if we as a people eat properly what we have here, wouldn't that be a lot healthier for us?
Absolutely. But I was a little bit disappointed in coming here. I was excited to come to get, the organic carrot and all the organic fruits. But to my disappointment, you buy the cucumbers, and 2 days later, it's soggy. That tells me that these people put artificial manure in here.
Fertilizer.
Yeah.
If they use the pen manure, we're
good. So it's good for the plant, but it's not good for you. So I'm eating healthy, right? So I'm eating all my vegetables, everything, but it's not helping me because of
the vegetable is not healthy
because of what's on it.
Okay.
You see? Okay. So that is damaging. And it's disappointing to know, the soil, if you eat from the soil, which is supposed to be organic, but because of what we put in it, we don't mess the soil up. So the fruit is no good. The vegetable is no good.
Oh, my goodness.
It's good for the vegetable because it's going to be nice and big, but it's not going to be good for you. That's the problem.
That's technical.
Yeah.
Because the farmers will use the fertilizer to hasten the rate of maturity and make your fruits nice and so forth. You spray it with certain things.
That's
you spray your tomatoes with certain things so that it looks nice and glossy and marketable. But then in the final analysis, it's not good for us.
And you become sick. Oh, I eat healthy, but you just eat death.
Oh my
right?
goodness. This is scary.
Yeah. For example, if you're going to get like a bowl of salad, right? And somebody take pesticide and spray over it, are you going to eat that?
No.
So that's the same
if I know.
If you know,
yes.
Right? So that's the same thing that they're doing. They spray the thing, and you don't know that, and you're eating it, and so.
But usually when you use this sort of pesticides or insecticides or whatever, it has a date, a cut-off date. Like they would say, do not use fruit before 21 days or for example, I'm into pigs, so if I inject my pigs with, let's say, ivermectin or so, they would tell you, do not slaughter for eating before 21 days or 90 days or so forth. So if that information is disseminated and shared with the user, and you wait for that date to pass, is it still contaminated?
I'm not sure, to be honest, about
the expiry
date on those things. But what I know is with pesticides and all these things in our food, I'm not sure about the animals.
Right.
It's really, really bad for us.
Okay.
But also with the animals, I could say it's in there. So when you eat the animal, you just eat whatever is in the animal.
Okay, my goodness. So now that we've established the fact that, okay, we have a problem, and to get it right, we have to treat our microbiome properly. How can folks who are listening, you notice the phone was going off already. I didn't take the call because we were in the middle of the conversation.
Right.
How can folks, because we have a lot of, I'm certain, absolutely certain, as I know that tomorrow is Saturday.
Right.
If you were to come to Grenada now and say, okay, I have my offices or my office at so-and-so location, you'll have a long line waiting, because everybody's health conscious now. Everybody wants to eat well so that they can extend their days to the minimal of strict scores and 10.
That's right.
Right. So how can people reach to you, and what can they get when they reach out to you?
Okay. So first of all, I would like to say on Sunday, this Sunday coming, we're going to be having an event at the Open Bible Church in Caliste. Okay, we had one on Friday, and is a lot of information, regarding gut health. We talk about all the diseases because of the imbalanced gut, and then we also show you with the products how we can fix your system from the root cause to gain optimum health. Okay, so if folks want to come, it's a free event. Bring your families, bring your friends, bring your neighbor. Don't bring the dogs.
Okay.
And so
leave the dogs at home.
Leave the dogs at home, and so we can help you from there.
Okay, so you would be offering a sort of consultancy service. You can have a sit down with someone and do an assessment, a scientific assessment, and say, okay, this is what I can recommend.
Yes, so we can do an assessment, and it'll tell me, it'll tell me where you are, okay, health-wise. And so I know exactly or what to tell you to use. Okay, for example, when holistic practitioners, or what we do, we would give you, maybe once we know what's going on, right? Because you might have high blood pressure, diabetes, a whole lot of stuff that you probably don't even know exists in your body, right? So we'll see that information once we do the evaluation.
So you have a scientific way of doing the evaluation, you have a machine and everything like
that. You can do the evaluation, and then we would recommend maybe 6-10 different things and say come back in 6 months. But with this system that we have now, this P84 products, which have all the prebiotics and the probiotics, digestive enzyme, everything, is one thing that you use rather than you going to use 5, 6, 7 different things that really works, in the way that God intended the body to work. Right? So this is what this is all about. It's all about, bringing awareness, letting people know there is a solution out there. You don't have to suffer. Cancer is not a death sentence. Okay, high blood pressure is not a lifelong ailment. Diabetes is not a lifelong ailment, as we were told. Right? It begins somewhere, and so it has to start to fix from the way it started. Yes.
This is interesting, very interesting. I want you again to share the information where you can be seen or met with, and maybe a contact information.
So there's a phone number that you can call. It's 458-8294. My name is Judy Jeremiah. I could be reached at that number, and then on Sunday evening at 7 o'clock, we'll be at the Caliste Open Bible Church. There's an upstairs part, and we'll be there giving all that information, talking about all these things.
So post Sundays. You come to the open session on Sunday, and folks are convinced that I need to see Judy. Subsequent to that, where can they find Judy?
Well, I'm here just for a little while. You can reach me on this telephone number. And so we could set up an appointment, some very public, because I don't have an office here. Yet. Okay. As yet.
Yeah.
I like that you remind me. Yet.
Yes. You haven't got an office yet.
Yet.
Because one is forthcoming.
Yes.
Yeah, because we need that. One final question. Now, the treatment that you're proposing, can it be used with the regular medication that you, like for me, I am hypertensive.
Right.
I'm on co-approval 312.5 and another one, I can't remember the name off my bat, but I've been on hypertension medication for the past 15 years or so because I know it's hereditary. Right. It runs in our family. Diabetes is not, so I don't really check on diabetes, but maybe I should start checking now. So if I come to Judy and say, listen, I'm hypertensive, as you see, I kind of have a little bellyitis and so forth, and I want to be well.
Right.
But what you are going to prescribe, can it work together with the medication that I'm taking?
Thank you so much for asking that question, because what we have is food, basically, okay? So the thing about it is, a lot of time medication is not even working is because the gut microbiome is not working. So it doesn't matter how high of a dosage you ingest, you still will have the same issue because you must first fix that issue in order for your medication to work. So because now the system targets, because the products that we have is, most of it is targeted probiotics that we need, okay? Because it fixes that, it allows your medication now to work even better.
I am going to make a call to Inspector Posu at the Immigration Department and say, put a blacklist on Judy Grenada's name. Judy is not leaving Grenada. Okay, you ought to stay. You ought to come back home. We need you here.
You know what? I felt the need, and I find the information I have, I need to share it. You know, and I want to give back to to the Grenadian people, to offer hope, to let people know. As I said, you don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to, be concerned about, I have whatever the issue and I have to take this medication for the rest of my life. Because, we love doctors. We have a broken bone, whatever. We need them to tell us what's going on in our body so we can now fix it.
Right.
Okay, we can now fix it. So once you know that there is hope, you don't have to do all these things, and then all this medication gives you all the different side effects, right? Now you have to have a medication for the side effects as well. So, and it's not helping.
Hence the reason why Bernie Sanders always talk about the pharmaceutical companies. In any case, we're not bashing them.
No, we love them.
Someone is trying to reach us. Let's accommodate this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Mr. Innocent.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
I guess a knowledgeable person like you must know that, and even the lady, why do our body produce fever? Why do we have fever when we've been affected by certain germ or certain disease? Isn't to kill the germs? I don't know, that's why I'm asking you.
Okay, all right, I could answer that. What happens when you're having a fever? Your body gets an infection. Your white blood cells, which are your soldiers in your body, they come together and they form a thing, and when they fight, the heat is the effect of the energy that they're fighting against that infection. Am I right?
You are, because it's telling you that something is wrong.
Yeah.
But we're fixing it. Sometimes we get something on the hair. That means that the lymph nodes, the lymphatic system is working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so as we wrap, again, I want you to share your information, and you might have to get a secretary to hold that phone because the calls will come rapidly. So share that information again with us, where you will be and how they can contact you.
Okay, so we will be on Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. We will be at the Calais Open Bible Church. in the upstairs part, and I can be reached at 458-8294 or on WhatsApp 647-546-5839.
Again, for those who didn't hear it.
647 on WhatsApp, 546-5839 or 458-8294. That's the local number.
And the name is Miss Judy Jeremiah. Miss Judy, thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Right. And while I did tell my good friend Mr. Dupree good morning, he's all listening.
Oh, yes, tell him good morning. Something I wanted to just mention quickly.
Please.
A lot of men, unfortunately, young men, middle age, are suffering from what we call...
Why did you have to go there?
I have to, because you know why? People don't know that.
Okay.
And they need to know that there's help also with erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
And these products are amazing. We have people from England, the US, a whole group, right? They call themselves the X-Men now, right? Because some people couldn't perform, none at all. And now they have hope. You don't have to depend on the little blue pill anymore.
I was going to call a good friend of mine and tell him rush down and stand up in front of the door, but no, I might get a lawsuit. But you're very right, and data and statistics have shown that in recent times, even people at a very young age are having problems getting it up and keeping it up, and the pharmacies are happy. But the problem is bigger than that.
It's a gut issue.
And it's a gut issue.
It's a gut issue.
Okay. Guys, you all know what to do, all right?
Yeah.
Again, for the final time, I want you to share that contact information.
Again, on WhatsApp is 647-546-5839. And the local number 458-8294.
Miss Judy, thank you very much. And you're not my best friend. Because I want to lose the belly,
right?
And I want the pressure to go.
And I want to help you.
And you will, not you want to. You will help me.
I will help you.
Yeah.
And then you're going to tell everyone, okay, you know what? My numbers are normal.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Good. Folks, you've got the digits. You know how to reach her. I will continue sharing that information, and we look forward to having you at the Springs Open.
Not Springs. Calais
Open Bible Church
Sunday evening.
On Sunday from 7. All right, we've got to go because I've got JKT coming up. JKT Entertainment, they're here, so we are going to be talking with them momentarily. We take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
If you are interested in reliable and efficient shipping, then look no further. Carib Connects is the one for you. Our main office is situated in Miami, which boasts one of the most advanced facilities with branches in most of the Caribbean islands, including Grenada. At Carib Connects, we offer you a timely and hassle-free shipping experience, whether it's by air or by sea. Our logistic team will ensure that you have a superb experience. We can take care of your small packages, full container loads, vehicles, dangerous goods, hazmat materials, and special loading. Our local branch is situated on the Carnage, right next to the fire station. Come in and have a word with our experienced staff. They are more than equipped to assist you with anything that you would need. We open from Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can also get information at info@caribconnects.com. At Carib Connects, we are connecting you with excellence.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. I am a Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Fly the Jones swoosh, it's Lava Man, and you already know the energy. It's all about GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition. This year is going to be greater, bolder, more exciting than ever. And it's all about the quarterfinals on the 25th of July. The 31st of July will be the semi-finals, and August 8th, finals. Artists, if you think you have what it takes to own the stage, now is your chance. Get there, be there, see you there. Lava Man, the real mad one. Fly the Jones, swoosh, GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition.
JKT Entertainment is bringing the heat. It's time to feel the sound and smell the burn. Bass and burn, cars and noise. The automotive experience of the year. July 26th and 27th at the National Stadium Car Park. It's 2 days of adrenaline-fueled madness with over 30 show cars from Trinidad, including Lethal Auto, MacGyver Sounds, and Simplicity Creations, plus Grenada's own beasts bringing the noise.
He'll say your back, come touch me then.
Early bird tickets are just $50. After that, it's $60. Get yours now at GoToFed.com and all authorized ticket outlets. Gates open at 11 a.m. on both days. Sponsored by Country Cold Store, SP's International, Campari, Stag, Rubis, Fast Print, Waggy Tea, GMC, Rainbow Janitorial, Eco Blue, Spice Style Automotive, and McIntyre Brothers.
Remembering our past, reclaiming our roots, empowering our future. On August 1st, Grenada will rally with the global African diaspora to celebrate Emancipation Day.
Bring down the power of love, I say. Bring down the power.
Let us bring down the power of freedom as Grenville comes alive with exciting cultural performances, exhibitions, food, fashion, and great speeches on August 1st. The day celebrations commence at 6 a.m. with an emancipation breakfast at the Grenville Car Park. At 4:30 p.m., the traditional mass bands will assemble at Dunfermline and head for Grenville, while the school marching bands will leave Progress Park at 5:30 p.m. and parade down to Soubise for the spectacular Flambeau March into Grenville at 6:30 p.m. At precisely the stroke of 8, the spotlight shifts to the Grenville bus terminal with an action-packed program of cultural presentations from the National Performing Company, Spiceland dancers, cultural train, Lion Pride, Tivoli drummers, spoken word poets, and top local calypsonians. There will also be a special reenactment of the Emancipation Proclamation. So put on your African wear and come to Grenville in your numbers on August 1st and bring down the power of love and freedom as we celebrate our emancipation. Buses available nationwide. Contact your parliamentary offices.
Welcome back to the conversation. I told you, I promised you it's going to be hectic this morning, and I don't tell fibs on air, so I'm keeping up to that promise. I'm joined by Ruth and Joshua Lewis. Good morning, Mr. James. How are you doing? My good partner. Hope you're doing fine as always. And they're here this morning representing JKT Entertainment. And for all you mobile, and I'm not talking cell phones, you know, the cars and the car enthusiasts. Lady and gentlemen, welcome. Tell us about JKT Entertainment. Firstly, I want to know JKT Entertainment. How that name? Tell us about the name.
Well, that name means just keep trending.
That's what it means?
Just keep trending. Yes.
Wow, okay.
Just keep trending.
All right, and how long have you all been operational?
No, we just started that business this year. That organization this year. And it's just geared to bring in a lot of difference to Grenada. You know, keep the entertainment going in Grenada.
Right. So you have this event tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah.
Right. Tell us about this. Judy, look at it.
Okay, so what we're having tomorrow, please the Lord, and on Sunday, we're having a car show. So we're bringing 30 vehicles out of Trinidad, and they consist of sound-off vehicles, car show vehicles, and drift-off vehicles.
Okay.
Drifting vehicles.
Drifting.
Yes.
It's like a vehicle drink alcohol, so you just.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
It's really a high adrenaline sport. Right. So on Saturday we're going to do the sound off and the car show segment.
Where?
At the National Stadium car park. Right. And we would have a teaser with the drifters, just so that the public can see what's coming on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. And then on Sunday we would have the drift competition.
At the same venue.
At the same venue. Yes.
National Stadium car park.
Do we from Grenada, because I know Barbados has a lot of drifting as well. I noticed they're doing as a matter of fact they just established a facility in Guyana to accommodate this sort of thing. But from Grenada, do we have real drifters?
We only have one.
That's you?
No. I'm a drag racer.
Okay.
Yeah, soon into drifting because it's a growing sport. So we only have one, Jeremy Peters. Well, we have other little upcoming ones, you know, but
that China thing. Okay.
You know, but we bring in this kind of thing so we can bring a little awareness to how exciting drifting is and how professional you can be at it. You know, so it's a step in the right direction to get that sport in Grenada.
Okay. You answered the question even before I asked it, and that's interesting. That means you're pumped and ready.
Yes.
For folks, we have a lot of swift drivers on the nation's road.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't mean fellas that only that's just driving the Swift, the Suzuki Swift.
Yeah.
That too is another. The Swift lives up to its name in most occasions. As a matter of fact, I think they have some problems with it out of Jamaica. I don't think they're permitting it to come into the country again, because I think statistics shows that 80% of road fatalities are caused by the Swift.
Yeah.
Okay. But is there an industry being created or developed for this drifting that young drivers can get affiliated to, that it can become a life-sustaining profession or occupation?
Well, what I could say, because I'm a drag racer, so from a drag racing point of view, that sport, drifting and drag racing, brings a form of responsibility and a form of maturity and what should I say? Okay, let's just say that I always go fast during the quarter, so I don't have the need to go fast on the road. Right. So, you know, in drifting, you would take the whole time in a secured area, learn your car, drift, go sideways and everything. So when you go on the road, you know, you drive normal, you know, it's responsibility.
And it prepares you for the road.
It prepares you for the road, yes, because you'll be more aware, you'll be more conscious. As I say, you drive for you and everybody else.
That's interesting that you raise that, because some people look at it from the inverse. They think that, okay, you're racing, you're drifting in the facility, so when you come on the road, being in that environment teaches you how to be responsible as a driver.
You'd realize that after there's a drag racing event in Pearls, the road is crazy.
Yeah.
And I would say 95% of them, well, I would say 100% of them are not the drag racers.
Right.
Because the drag racer would have enjoyed himself, get the opportunity to be in a proper environment and enjoy himself.
Right.
But the other people with the adrenaline doesn't have the capacity to retain that responsibility.
So they want to practice what they saw on the airstrip.
They want to practice what they see on the airstrip, and you'd realize there's accidents, there's craziness and stuff like that.
So having said that, now what can JKT Entertainment do to fix that? What approach would you take?
That's one of the reasons that we're having this event, because we want to be able to promote that these type of activities could happen in a controlled and safe environment, right? We believe drifting is a sport that eventually would get popular here, and we want to be the ones to provide that avenue, provide the areas where persons can come and do that in a safe manner, and it would not be done on the public roads where we would be endangering persons.
So I trust that in promoting these events, part of the organization that you formed would also have a drive equally to educate drivers. So maybe just have a sit down and you have a specialist showing and telling drivers the dangers, the pros and the cons. So eventually we would have a more responsible driving population. Is that going to be one of the?
Yes. That would eventually. That's where we eventually heading.
I was the fly on the wall when you all were planning it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I can add as well is that. Well, the Trinidadians that are coming, they're very, very excited. The drifters are excited as well. And what we have said to them in some of our briefings is that we want them to be safe. And the public road is not an area that we want them to display in any big way the drifting. Because we don't want to sell that to the public that that's how you should behave on the roads. Right? So we're doing that at the National Stadium car park. And if we can start with an event like that and the participants, we're encouraging them, even more for our Grenadian people.
From your assessment, your prepping and so forth, do you think that facility is ample for it? It's good enough for the drifting?
The National Stadium car park?
Yeah, in terms of security of patrons and so forth.
Well, what we are doing and what we're really big on is safety. So we're having the area as secure as possible by putting on some of those concrete blocks. I'm not sure if you know what I'm referring to. And that is to protect all of the patrons that would be at the event. So the drifting will be taking place in a secure, enclosed area.
That's awesome. So tomorrow it starts at 11. That's the sound off.
Yes.
That's those fellas that had the vehicle and DJ Small Clothes and DJ Vika and Joey T and them playing inside those vehicles.
Outside.
On the outside.
Waggy T and Judah and them.
Yeah,
them big systems.
Because I know I listen to, sometimes I listen to a vehicle pass and I'm like, my God, I was that stupid. Because there was a time when I had this kind of loud music in my vehicle and now it seems so odd. But it's all part of people's passion and so forth. So
entertainment, love, hobby. Because some of the guys that come from Trinidad, man, they just out of this world with music. Out of this world. I think Grenadians would see some of this like the first time. They would see it on TV, you would see it on YouTube and stuff, but to see it for yourself would be amazing.
There's a white Mitsubishi SUV. I can't remember. I'm usually good with vehicle numbers, but that vehicle has some noise in it, man. A white Mitsubishi kind of, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I was trying to figure it out, but I know where you're coming from.
I can't remember the number, but this
that one have a clash with a Trinidadian Sunday. So what we do, we have some clashes on Sunday. So when you come Saturday, you get the song off competition and stuff like that. You'll get the drift teaser. But on Sunday now, we still have some more song, but you have Trinidad against Grenada.
In the song audio.
So that white Mitsubishi that you're talking about going up against a Trinidadian, and Kimran would be going up against two Trinidadians because he say he bad like that. Then we have Pope, we have Jumani, we have Casper. That's some of the big dogs in Grenada.
The pit bulls.
Yes, pit bulls. Yeah, pit bulls. But Trinidad coming with some dogs here. I don't know if they invent them yet. But some real big dogs. Mad Cow. We have MacGyver. We have a Merciless. We have a lot. We have about 15 different people coming up from song people.
Looking at the economic spillover, do you think that this initiative can boost intra-regional trade to an extent, not necessarily in fruits and vegetables and so forth, because that's not the only thing, but do you see some economic benefits from this sort of initiative?
Certainly.
Tell us.
Well, the boat is here, and we have about 100 people from Trinidad coming up on that boat, plus the people that's flying up. And then we have hotels being booked, we have rentals, we have supermarkets, so it would boost the economic situation in Grenada somewhat, and people just love Grenada, because we tell them, okay, when you reach, we'll give you some oil down and stuff like that, so we know next time we're doing it, more people would come.
And then the flip side of that, it also, because I'm certain that they in turn, when they see the sort of treatment that they got here, they would say, but we can't just let you all do that, we'll invite you all and have a reciprocal of it.
Yes.
So it gives experience and exposure for locals as well. That's a wonderful initiative. I mean, I've been playing the ad, but with so many things happening in my head and on here that I did not pay much attention. Is when I see the actual video commercial, I say, but that's a big thing.
And, it is.
So tomorrow and Sunday, is there a cost and entrance fee?
Well, we have early birds, which is $50 per day. But at the gate you'll pay $60. Children 10 to 15 years would be $20. Under 10 would be free.
Under 10 would be free. Tomorrow I'm changing my age.
Well, if you could do that, no problem.
Tomorrow I'll be 9.5. I'll be 9.5 tomorrow, and after that I'll take back the rest.
All right.
And what sort of response have you been getting thus far for the event?
Well, it's been buzzing. It's been buzzing. We've been getting a lot of calls. I would say the entire island is talking about this event because it's one of a kind. It's the first of its kind in Grenada, and I think it's going to be an adrenaline-packed event. And Grenadans are already anticipating that. I don't know if you would have passed by the National Stadium car park, but if you haven't, you'll realize that we're doing it in a way that you have to come in and be a part of that event.
I passed there yesterday, and I'm wondering, I say, why they block up this thing like this?
We want to feel like a family, so we want everyone to come inside, be a part of the event with us, enjoy it with us, and see what Trinidad has and what Grenada has to offer.
I mean, this is an event. I mean, I could only imagine the excitement and the number of calls that you're already getting, because we seem to have a very fast generation, a very fast and loud generation now. I mean, when you look at the number of Swifts on the road and so forth, and the noise in them, but it's, for me, it's nice, but it might not be nice for you.
It's passion.
It's passion. But I'm happy that it's giving interested persons that avenue where they can see something out of not just driving fast and playing loud music, but it's an industry that is being developed, and they can be part and parcel of it. Do you see that event ending up in Pearls?
Yes, it should. We are expecting that maybe next time when you put on an event like that the stadium wouldn't be able to hold the participants. One more thing I think we should say, that we have the Royal Grenada Police Force on board. So from the port, they'll be going to the stadium. We'd have a briefing with the police, just notifying and sensitizing everybody about basically the laws and what they expect and what we expect and stuff like that, and have a briefing and stuff. So we are happy to have the Royal Grenada Police Force on board with us.
will the vehicles usually, when there is a vehicle that is visiting, they usually have that V?
The V, yes.
Right,
yes.
so
Everything.
So will they be making a little tour around?
Yes, we plan to have a mini motorcade.
Yeah.
This afternoon. Just going up the eastern side. Yes, going Redgate, and because based on the time we clear from the port, then we determine how far up we reach. But so for now, it's Redgate, back down to Wall Street, and back to the stadium.
I really want to commend you all for that thinking of something like that. You know, it shows that Grenada is more than football, cricket, volleyball, and basketball, and so forth. Right. This is an industry that is developing, and from my research, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So it's nice to know that folks like you are taking the initiative to make sure that Grenada gets its slice of the pie.
Yeah.
And it's a good place to start. Yeah. I'm not integrally involved, but I'm feeling the vibes already. Yeah. You know, because I know what happens with our young people. I mean, I've never seen a time when so many young people are into vehicles, and not just vehicles, but nice vehicles.
Nice vehicles,
you know. Yes. I know of an individual that if he washes down his vehicle now, and rain comes, he packs it up and he takes a bus to come to town. He don't want the vehicle to get wet after he washes it down. Okay. That's the level of passion people have. Yeah, you know. So, is there anything you thought we left out? I give you an opportunity to tell. Well, again, the whole of Grenada can't stay in the stadium car park, but
no, you can hold the majority. You can hold the majority. Yeah.
So, what we could say, Joshua did mention the early bird tickets, so you can only get that at our outlets, because at the gate you would pay $60. Okay. So our outlets are Spice Isle Automotive, SP's International, Southern Electrical, Imperial Cuts, Gatons Pharmacy, Mitchell's Pharmacy, that's at Excel Plaza, Country Coastal Minimart, St. Andrew's Pharmacy, and Health Plus Pharmacy.
Okay.
So you can get your early bird tickets there.
I don't think you have any more.
If not, you pay $60.
It shouldn't have any more.
It shouldn't have any more.
It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have more.
The bird is lit.
The bird,
late bird.
The bird lit.
But again, I really want to commend you all on that initiative, and GBN is your home.
Yeah. We want to thank GBN too, because GBN came on, one of our sponsors.
Yeah, no.
Because we didn't talk about our sponsors yet, because without the sponsors we can't do anything.
Yeah, so let us hear the sponsors, GBN and the others. What are the others?
Yes. We have Country Coastal, we have SP's International, we have Sol, powered by mobile, we have Stag, we have Premium Auto, we have Rubis, we have M&N Hardware, Campari, Wagity Rental and Songs, Rainbow Janitorials, Acado, Creative Chef, Fast Print, Spice Isle Automotive, Southern Electrical, Eco Blue, Yopo, Grenada Motor Club, St. Augustine Medical Services, and Premium Auto.
Yeah, I think you said that.
You said that.
Yeah. So I think, did I say Stag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to thank the other sponsors for coming on board with the GBN to put on such a wonderful event, and I don't have to say I hope it is, because I know it is already a successul event. And
thank you.
The next thing that I want to hear is when next. Ensure when Team Grenada is invited down to Trinidad, that the person who interviews you this morning is brought down with the team to Trinidad as well.
Of course. Of course.
Yes,
so
definitely.
We can do the coverage and so forth.
I'll make sure I have your number.
I mean, Mr. Lewis, I'm proud. I'm happy. This is going to be awesome. And the sky is the limit.
Yes.
Do it right. Ensure safety and so forth, so that whatever you do, there are antagonistic people that would say this and say that. Don't give them fuel for their fire. Make sure it is done professionally, safely, and everything like that. And then be a part of, take your slice of that multi-billion-dollar industry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I like that van.
You like it?
I like that Mitsubishi van. I think.
I could give you a drive one of these days. That's okay.
Get my earplugs and.
Come here. Thank you for having us.
Pleasure is always mine, folks. That's it for this segment of the conversation. I have Muscles outside. He's going to be, I feel I'll just let Muscles go with GT, but nonetheless, folks, we'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
JKT Entertainment is bringing the heat. It's time to feel the sound and smell the burn. Bass and burn, cars and noise. The automotive experience of the year. July 26th and 27th at the National Stadium Car Park. It's 2 days of adrenaline-fueled madness with over 30 show cars from Trinidad, including Lethal Auto, MacGyver Sounds, and Simplicity Creations, plus Grenada's own beasts bringing the noise.
He'll say you got come touch me then.
Early bird tickets are just $50. After that, it's $60. Get yours now at GoToFed.com and all authorized ticket outlets. Gates open at 11 a.m. on both days. Sponsored by Country Cold Store, SP's International, Campari, Stag, Rubis, Fast Sprint, Waggy Tea, GMC, Rainbow Janitorial, Eco Blue, Spice Style Automotive, and McIntyre Brothers.
Is our vibes? Yo, it's your boy Kofi MIV, also known as Mr. Isa Vibes. Bigging up GBN Spice Up the Carnage. I will be taking part. That is on the 25th of July. That is the day before my birthday. And you know something? We telling them, nah, nanny boo boo, I don't want to hear you. Every time you see me, you're fretting up your face and damn screw. Try to tell me I should be a Vando mash up a fet too. Well, I go tell you now. What we going and do? We go break down fence and anything that we see. So nobody come discriminating we. Come be mad and sick. Oh gosh, it's our vibes.
Remembering our past, reclaiming our roots, empowering our future. On August 1st, Grenada will rally with the global African diaspora to celebrate Emancipation Day.
Bring down the power of love, I say. Bring down the power.
Let us bring down the power of freedom as Grenville comes alive with exciting cultural performances, exhibitions, food, fashion, and great speeches on August 1st. The day celebrations commence at 6 a.m. with an emancipation breakfast at the Grenville Car Park. At 4:30 p.m., the traditional mass bands will assemble at Dunfermline and head for Grenville, while the school marching bands will leave Progress Park at 5:30 p.m. and parade down to Soubise for the spectacular Flambeau March into Grenville at 6:30 p.m. At precisely the stroke of 8, the spotlight shifts to the Grenville bus terminal with an action-packed program of cultural presentations from the National Performing Company, Spiceland dancers, cultural train, Lion Pride, Tivoli drummers, spoken word poets, and top local calypsonians. There will also be a special reenactment of the Emancipation Proclamation. So put on your African wear and come to Grenville in your numbers on August 1st and bring down the power of love and freedom as we celebrate our emancipation. Buses available nationwide. Contact your parliamentary offices.